CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Stacey Lynn. The Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador is back in the United States now for prosecution. Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been charged by the Trump administration. Our coverage begins with CBS's Lilia Luciano.
He's being accused of smuggling immigrants from Honduras, Mexico, Ecuador, and other countries with some co-conspirators starting in 2016 up until 2025.
In the afternoon press conference, Attorney General Pam Bondi said,
"These facts demonstrate Abrego Garcia is a danger to our community."
And CBS's Scott McFarland tells us
Pam Bondi's announcement had more details of the charging documents, too, and I want to underscore that. She alleged things during that press conference against Kilmar Abrego Garcia that they have not alleged in court. She made a reference to a murder. She made a reference to young people, youths being trafficked. That's not something we see in the charging documents.
this just in, the Supreme Court says it will allow the Department of Government Efficiency to access Social Security systems with personal data on millions of Americans for now. Meanwhile, a day after President Trump and the former head of DOJ had a very public fallout, our Erica Brown reports.
A senior administration official says President Trump is considering selling the Tesla he bought in March as a show of confidence in Musk.
The red Tesla, worth about $80 grand new, still sits in the White House parking lot. CBS's Linda Kenyon with details on a new round of trade talks with China that take place on Monday.
Talks in London will mark the second round of negotiations between the world's two biggest economies since Trump launched his trade war. He imposed tariffs of 145% against Chinese-made goods, while China responded with punishing tariffs against the U.S.
A high school graduation ceremony in Pontiac, Michigan could have been deadly if it wasn't for authorities being alerted about a threat on social media and arresting a suspect who came armed with weapons. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says these actions,
I believe, probably prevented a mass shooting.
a lot of damage in Van Buren, Arkansas from a suspected tornado. This woman says a large glass window fell on her grandfather during the storm.
He had glass all in his arm and he was all scratched up. But when I realized that I couldn't get it by myself, I was like, I asked the neighbor, like, come here, because I need help.
Markets closing in the green this afternoon. The Dow up 443 points. Your Nasdaq closing up 231. S&P 500 up 61. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 70 degrees in Pinole, California.